Dear students, today we will discuss about the different types of solution based on the osmotic pressure. There are three types of solution depending upon the osmotic pressure. First is isotonic solution, second hypotonic solution, and third hypertonic solution. Isotonic solution, it is a solution in which osmotic pressure has the same value. That means if there are two solutions, say A and B, then osmotic pressure of A solution will be equal to osmotic pressure of B solution. In terms of concentration, we can write it as CaRT. Ca here concentration of A solution and Cb is the concentration of B solution. So CaRT will be equals to CbRT. Or I can write this pi A by pi B will be equals to Ca concentration of A divided by concentration of B. Now second type is hypotonic solution. These are the solutions in which osmotic pressure of B solution is more as compared to A, and in hypertonic solution these are the solution in which the concentration of A solution is more as compared to B. Now the next topic which we have to discuss is reverse osmosis. We know that osmosis is the flow of solvent from high concentration to low concentration, and in reverse osmosis there is flow of solvent from or flow of liquid from low concentration to high concentration. Now it's a very important application is in desalination of water. Here there are two containers in which first container I have taken fresh water and second is the container for salty water, and this is the setup. Here there is the presence of semi-permeable membrane in between these two containers. Now what will happen? We know that in case of osmosis fresh water, here the concentration of water is more, and here concentration of water is less. So in case of osmosis, water molecules will move from fresh water to salty water. But what will happen in reverse osmosis? When we will apply pressure, say here there is a piston, and if I apply a pressure in this container, then what will happen? Here the pressure will be more. That's why the solvent or the water present in salty water container will now move towards the fresh water container through the semi-permeable membrane. That means there will be flow of water from lower concentration to higher concentration on exerting the pressure. So this is the process of reverse osmosis, and it is a very good example. Its very good example can be seen in case of RO water purifier which we use in our home. So this is the reverse osmosis. Its basic principle is reverse osmosis. That means it is based on the flow of solvent from lower concentration to higher concentration, and it is what? RO. RO means reverse osmosis. Now we have to discuss the last topic of this chapter, that is Van 't Hoff factor. Van 't Hoff was the scientist who said that we cannot calculate the molar masses of solute accurately by the means of colligative property, because there may be dissociation or association of the molecules. So that's why he introduced a factor that and we denote this factor as I, and I here is the Van 't Hoff factor, and its value will be equal to observed value of colligative property divided by normal value of colligative property. So there are two conditions. If there is association of molecules, then I will be less than 1, and if there is dissociation of molecules, then I will be greater than 1. So on this basis we can further modify the colligative properties, as first colligative property was relative lowering, and it may be like P0 minus Ps upon P0, and now after introducing this factor, Van 't Hoff modified it as I into XB. Similarly, second colligative property, that is elevation in boiling point, now can be written as delta TB is equals to I I factor, Ventov factor, Kb into m. Third colligative property, that is delta Tf equals to I into Kf into m. And last colligative property, that is pi osmotic pressure equals to I factor, Ventov factor, Cr and T. So if there is association or dissociation, then we have to use these formulas. Now further, for the calculation of degree of association, means if we have to find out the number of molecules associated in any question, if we have to find out the number of molecules associated, then this degree of dissociation alpha will be calculated as alpha equals to I minus 1 divided by 1 n minus 1. Here n is the number of moles associated. Second, if we have to find out the degree of dissociation, then degree of dissociation, it is also denoted by alpha. So its formula will be alpha equals to I minus 1 n minus 1. So you have to remember that if you have to calculate degree of dissociation or association, then this formula you have to put. And now this is the last topic, which this was the last topic which we have discussed in this chapter, solution.